Hi. Today I want to take a look at how you actually deploy a program for Qt. The problem is that it requires a lot of libraries to run a Qt application by itself. And when you run them from the environment, which means the Qt creator, it knows how to configure all those libraries and have everything available, so it all seems to work flawlessly. But when you want to export it or deploy it and have somebody else use it, you've got a problem. So what you do is, here we've got our little application, and this one just prints a little hello world message. And what we have to do is we have to build a release version. So I'm going to go down here to the Projects tab. I'm going to click on that, and you can see that it's currently got under Build Settings, Debug. I'm going to switch that to Release. Down here, it tells you the name of a compiler being used, and this is 514 MinGW 64-bit. And that is the one that you're going to have to work with to configure. So you want to keep that in mind. So I can go back to the editing. And now, in order to build the release version, I have to go down here and hit the hammer in the lower corner, and that will go through the build process. So we'll wait a few seconds for it to do its build. And a few more seconds. And I'll start this other window. And this is where it's going to put its output, because I've already gone to my Qt examples directory. And it's finished, so if I type dir again, I should be able to go up and see the output for hello. So it's called build hello. Where did it put it? Where was this originally from? That's a good question. Let's just check and make sure I'm in the right directory. Oh, this is from Qt examples. Okay, so I have to go to Qt examples. So let's go to cd ... Okay, so it's not there. BTH545, things move around. dir, not die. Okay. Oh, that's on OneDrive. Just going to go to a cd slash and then do a dir. And it doesn't want to show me OneDrive, which is a bit of a problem when you're working on OneDrive. Okay. Okay, so I finally figured out how to access OneDrive from a prompt. And so I've gone to my OneDrive directory for Qt examples, and now I'm looking for build hello for the desktop using Qt514 MinGW 64-bit release. So it is there. Now I'm going to need the name of that. So what I get to do now is to figure out where my environment is for Qt. So if I get myself a browser, I've got a couple of them open. No, that's not it. Okay, so let's just, what I want to do is I want to navigate to, my version of Qt is down here in Qt. 5.14 is there. Get rid of that. 5.14 is there. And MinGW is a directory. And within there, I want to look at the bin directory. Now that is where all the binaries are stored. I'm going to Control-C that. And within that directory, there's a thing we need to do in order to set up the variables on the path. So I'm going to put that in, and then it should be qtenv2.bat, and that switches me over to the directory for my compiler. But it's also put everything on the path. Now, normally what I would do is I would type win deploy Qt. And then I would type the name of the directory containing the things I want to deploy, which is where my executable file is. However, since I'm using MinGW 64-bit 5.14, it's got a bug in WinDeploy Qt. So there's a special version, if you have to use it, that is called WinDeploy Qt 64. Anybody running any other version should not have to do this. And I'll post this on the website in case anybody has this problem. Then I have to type that ridiculously long file name, which is /users/me/ and now I have to find the OneDrive. But it's the one for Seneca. And then I have to go to BTH545, and then I think it was called Qt examples. And then it is build -hello, followed by, I think it should be a dash, and if I hit tab, it should let me go through them. 32-bit? No. No. Okay, so 5.14, 64-bit release. So that's the one I want. And if I hit enter, it should start to move things over. So you see that it's updating all this stuff, and now it has copied everything to that directory. So now I should be able to go to that directory, which is and it was Qt examples, and then it was build and then I use tab to let it find the one I want. 64-bit release for 5.14, and now if I do a dir, it has copied a whole bunch of DLLs over there. Now what you have to do is basically everything in this directory can be put in a zip file and it can be sent to someone. So this is how you'll be able to submit your assignments, you'll zip this entire thing up and send it. Just to prove it works, I should be able to type in hello.exe, which is the local name for it, and if we're lucky, it creates a little window that says hello world, which proves that it's got everything it needs to run from the command line. So those are the steps you have to go through to actually deploy one of your Qt applications.